major ADHD brain right now, like ADHD thoughts on why I do the things that I do. Now remember, I do not have any kind of degree in psychology with regards to ADD. The only experience I have is that I have it, and I've researched it in that regard. I have 2 sons that have it. I've researched it in that regard. And my ex-husband had it, and I researched it in that regard. But again, I did not. There were always signs that I had ADHD, right? I could never stop moving. That was the biggest sign. But as I was sitting here thinking, because I'm going into work today, that I do better with a support or a peer buddy. A support buddy. Now I understand why they have peer buddies for the special education kids. Because we do better when we have somebody with us. That can stress us out though, because that means we have to be on point while we are in front of them the whole time. Okay, I was medicated very briefly. I'm going to give you a history of my medication. My body adapts very quickly. My body metabolizes very quickly. So when I was medicated, I was able to get more done. I was able to stay more focused. But the thing is, y'all, I could take 10 Adderalls every day. I could take 10 Vyvanse a day. I would go through a bottle in 3 days that was supposed to last me 30. Because that's what I thought I needed. All right, to keep going. And then before you knew it, right, I was out of medication. Then I realized, okay, I've got to regulate myself. I've got to do what I need to do inside first before relying on a medication that my body's just going to adapt to. I'm going to have to just keep going up because, you guys, my type of work never ends. So it's not like I can be like, during the week, I'll take it. And then on the weekends, I won't. It's like, no, during the week, I have normal work. On the weekends, I have chores, house stuff, normal stuff, catching up for the next week's stuff. So there's no, it's like, if I'm going to go, I need it. So I don't have an energy issue. I have a focus issue. I have a starting and stopping issue. In the middle, I'm great. So what you regulate yourself first. You realize and you shore up your, not weaknesses, your where you can, right? Where you lack. And then where you don't, you've tried everything and nothing works. That's when you put a system into place. You let other people know. You become more strategic in using the people and tools around you versus just relying on yourself. So ADHD people do great, again, in the middle. Once we're focused on a task, we will not come up to breathe until we're physically get hungry, physically have to go to the bathroom, physically get yanked out, right? Somebody pulls our attention to the side. So in the middle, we're great. And then towards the end, finishing it, I don't know if it's like, if it ends on a high note, then you can always finish it. But when it's like this, figuring out, and then it's just like the details, the reporting of it maybe, we struggle again. Or at least I do. So having somebody start a task with you, start something like a peer buddy, helps you get started. But then they don't have to talk. They don't have to say anything. When you're in the middle of it, you can actually focus. They can even step away. And then towards the end, though, a deadline is good because, or somebody holding you accountable to that deadline, because it keeps that stressor on us. So you also have to be aware in the back of your mind, there's somebody who's going to be holding you accountable. So let that help you get it done. And then you have this person over here, can be the same peer buddy or not, doesn't matter. Gently give reminders to the ADHD. Say, I know you're in the thick of it. Just wanted to remind you, you have 2 days left to get me the results or the reports or the whatever. Because what else happens is we start to really freak out. We don't get paralyzed. We just start being careless. We do not want to be careless. We need to pay attention to the details too. But then we start thinking, I got to get this done. So there needs to be, and this isn't just for like, I understand why they have these systems in schools now. Hello, 45 years later. There's pals, there's peer buddies. I understand that. It not only helps those kids feel more apart, but it makes them feel special as well. It literally just helps them. It's like a support animal, a support buddy. But I feel like maybe if we had that in the workplace, you know, so there needs to be a consulting firm out there where you can rent peer buddies, or maybe volunteer to be a peer buddy, like do volunteer work at different companies and say, because then it helps them stay on track. Because I do my work. I'm not like one of those that's like, I don't want to work today, so I'm not going to do anything. No, it's just my ADHD sometimes gets in the way. I just struggle with getting outside anything in my head. That's it for today.